One final chance to qualify for the 2026 NBA Dog Bowl taking place in LA next weekend, going to the Lakers game, a yacht party, and of course, competing for $1 million in prizes there. We are going to walk you through this slate here. I got John. I got Nez. I'm going to pepper them with questions. We're already getting crazy hoops news, so we will be able to sift through all of that and tell you guys the best paths to finishing top 2 tonight. I'm Pete. This is Off and On the Clock. Let's do it. All right, guys. Here we go. Right as we're about to go live, the player with number 11 ADP on the slate that everyone was getting pretty excited about, now downgraded here on this slate. Of course, Klingon. We got our work cut out for us today.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, this is very much an ADP is not real slate. Couldn't be a faker ADP slate, and it's nobody's fault. It's just the way that these injuries fell out and like what was taking place before the injuries fell out. There's a lot of ambiguity, nobody really knowing who to take, a lot of flat projections, but things are moving fast and furious right now in the ADP streets. So it's a really, really fun slate to get in on if you have nothing else better to do but grind this shit, which you're in the right place.
No, man, no. You want to chase that dream. LA, as Pete laid out, it's going to be dope. It's going to be awesome. It sounds like it's going to be a top shelf life experience upcoming here. But this is a ball knower slate, man. This is a ball knower slate. As you said to the tiers there, Nez, I see 9. I said to Nez this morning when we were doing our little DM thing to get a feel for the slate because I wasn't in the draft lobbies. I was like, man, there's 9 draftable guys, and then you can do whatever the hell you want. Like, this is if you were telling yourself the story that Jalen Johnson was going to sit, and I was team Jalen Johnson was going to sit, like, you could be taking CJ, then you could be taking Dyson, then you could be taking Najee Marshall, and they all had like 32 plus ADPs. Or, if you wanted to tell yourself the Portland angle story, not Klingon in particular, because we didn't know an illness was going to come down the pipeline here. That's kind of a left turn. But you're going to tell yourself some stories about Portland there, getting ahead of Drew, getting ahead of Scoot, like that sort of stuff. So it is ball knower slate here.
It sounds like a slate where I asked John for like some of his scrolls, and it's like 2 hours later as John every single player on the various rotations there.
Yeah, I mean, like the scrolls by definition are not even actually scrolls. It's like if you were to just draft off ADP right now, I mean, in my opinion, you would be drafting poorly. But like, there's guys that are getting drafted every single time right now whose ADPs have yet to catch up, that have ADPs in 34-8 that are going, like third round, fourth round. I mean, it's nuts, man. Like, it truly is a crazy, crazy slate at the moment. So I'm excited for it, man. I feel like I took some L's on some of these news, some of this breaking news so far, but I feel like I'm playing pretty well so far in terms of how I'm drafting.
Before we get into specifics, I guess is there anything you guys do differently, or I'll position this to Nez, anything you do differently on this is the final chance to qualify? Are you getting more aggressive, or is it, hey, this is just business as usual? I know I'm playing well. I'm just going to run my same playbook. Or is there anything you mix up with that last Hail Mary?
No, I'm definitely throwing some Hail Marys here. Like, definitely getting this is such a unique slate too. Like, we've already kind of emphasized, it's a very unique slate, and I am getting really aggressive in terms of what I think the correct levers are to move and who the correct pieces are to be drafting aggressively. Given this news, I'm also I plan on maxing too. So that's
okay.
Yeah, that's also a part of that conversation, I suppose, being aggressive in that regard. So yeah, I'm ratcheting it up, man. I mean, I'm fortunate that I'll be there with you guys no matter what, but I want skin in the game. I want to be in the freaking ship, dude. I want to
look at that. Gonna be there as is, and yet drafting like he ain't. Like, you got to earn that plane ticket. You love to see it. John, do you have any advice for the people as a 2-time qualifier here? Anything you would be doing on this last chance opportunity?
Yeah, it's kind of something we've been harping on the show the last like 2.5 weeks or something like that, that like even when we're dealing with like narrow bands and projection, the fragility this time of the year in rotations and where minutes are going to go based on game flow and coaches decisions based on like tanking dynamics and stuff like that, there's so much more fragile than like when we're dealing with October or even in like the playoffs. Like in the playoffs, like there's a reason people like playoff style daily contests, because they have so much confidence in the best plays are the best plays. Like on slates like this, in this kind of like next 30 days, like, or next 30 games in particular, hybrid window, it truly is like having a pulse for the NBA. And we try and talk through that dynamic every day, but today's no different, where I think, what was set last night was kind of the mindset of layup line ADP, that this was an October slate. This is not an October slate, right? Like this is dog days, February, start of March here, where some funky shit's going to happen, and it's already starting to happen.
Where should we start? Should we start with some of the other kind of Q tags or like the big dominoes, and then we can kind of go either game by game or team by team?
Yeah, what do you think, John? Should we just like review quickly like the big names that are out today, or?
Yeah, sure. Let's start overarching there. I'll hit you guys with the macro, just being 10 game slate, Spurs and Rockets on back end back-to-backs here, Sacramento Kings on back end back-to-back. All three have already filed. Amen Thompson being the major Q tag from the Rockets stuff, listed as in there. Sacramento has ruled out one of the veterans in Russell Westbrook there. And then front end back-to-backs, Dallas. So there's some moving pieces on Dallas that we'll talk through, and their front end back-to-back in. They have a tank off bowl tomorrow against Memphis with the exact same record as them. And then Boston faces Brooklyn tomorrow. So Brooklyn is the other back end back-to-back there. So 3 on the front end, 2 on the back end, 10 games total, 5 games tomorrow.
Yeah, and then also just to add for the Kings too, Keegan Murray is out also. Just because we only mentioned Russ. So.
Oh yeah, sure. I was working under the assumption that he got hurt last game and wasn't in. It's official now.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So like at the top for people, the stuff they're going to gravitate to here is Joel Embiid. I guess he's probable, so no fear there. Kawhi Q tag. I guess he's had this Q tag for a ton of slates, right? Is this one we're scared about?
I'm not, but he took some time off, but then we've seen this Q tag. It hasn't been on every single slate, but he's been playing through that. He's played through Q tags quite a few times this season so far, is what I'd say.
Yep.
Yeah. Left ankle soreness. It's a Prime Video game for what that's worth. We don't kind of weight them as much as the ESPN ones, but it is one of the nationally televised games. I think he plays tonight. He is kind of like soft capped in parentheses. They've come out and said like multiple times that it's like 33, 34, like as like kind of like a max end of the spectrum. But yeah, he's still going to project really well and be in that tier.
And then this new big one that we referenced at the top of the show was Klingon. ADP 9.9 just gets downgraded. The news hasn't popped into the app yet, but how are you guys going to want to treat this situation?
In a vacuum, like midday illness is never great, but yeah, midday illness tag for a team that is competing for a play-in spot right now, but does have a lowly Bulls team on the other side of the equation there. Time Lord also has the Q tag after missing last time out. Yeah, so some push-pull dynamics on the big position there for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I anticipate at least a round plus fall on Klingon. So for me, when this happens, this is typically something where I try to get some shares at the turn. I maybe not in the mid. If I'm drafting from the middle of the boards, I don't take Klingon unless he falls like a round and a half or two rounds. But I'll take a share or two with my Luka teams because he wasn't available there in the start of the day at like the 2-3 turn. And then on the other side of the board at the 3-4 turn, I would take a share or two there as well. overall, though, like John said, it's not good when we get these midday illness tags. Not only do guys tend to miss a fair amount when this happens, they don't even play that well if they do play through it. So
look at Jamal last night.
Yeah, exactly. Which, like, he was probable. He didn't even have the Q tag. He was probable. I don't think the Nuggets know the Q tag exists, but yeah. So Klingon, like, great spot, been playing great. This is like debut as a top 10 ADP player on a big slate. He's never been drafted this high in his life, and then he gets hit with this midday Q. So kind of a big bummer here. I'm overall, like, I was light Klingon to start, so like I'm gonna take a few shares, and yeah, just to have those unique pairings. The one thing that I will say is if he does miss, it's not like the worst thing in the world at all. The swaps are becoming less and less plentiful during these drafts moving forward because there's so much more information. So there's less undrafted pieces that are good swaps, but there are still good swaps. So I'll just say that much.
That's in particular to the Portland swap scenario. All three bigs are questionable.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they could play that like semi smallish, but kind of still has size lineup with like City and Grant out there. But like, man, if you get 2 out of these 3 between Time Lord, Klingon, and Young Handsome, if you get 2 out of those 3 missing tonight, like one of them's gonna get. I don't know. What do you think? Like,
let's just say, for example, it's Time Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's not going to play more than 25 minutes, right? Like, they wouldn't dare. The last time, yeah, like, when's the last time that happened?
If you got Yang ruled out and you got Klingon ruled out, and you were staring at a Time Lord swap, which, by the way, this is not a normal Portland game. This is 8:00 Eastern game in Chicago, right? So it's not like you have to only swap to this game. Would you take 22 to 24 minutes of Time Lord as your swap?
If he was the only big, yeah.
I think I would too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's a rates monster.
Yeah.
It's worth mentioning. I know I was just looking. ETR has already projected. It's interesting because they don't have Klingon out, but they have very aggressive projections on Drew and Jeremy Grant, like thrust up into the top 20 plays.
They opened with those strong projections. Okay. I know Denny obviously is out, and it's a great spot. Scoot is in too, so like I thought that was a little. I mean, and I'm a Drew bull here. I thought that was pretty aggressive. Like I love Drew Holiday. I love the spot. I thought that was pretty aggressive, but yeah, they were already high on Drew. I personally think it makes, maybe this is like dumb and obvious, but like if Klingon misses, I think that's going to increase the Drew projection even higher. I just think they play a little differently, maybe play a little faster. Not sure, but I think it makes them look better.
One other piece of news, and he's obviously already removed from the player pool, but as of about an hour ago, a lot of teams were still taking stabs on Jalen Johnson, right? What's kind of the fallout from that move for you guys?
Well, this is an interesting one to talk through because Nas still got the Q tag on there too. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker has been their second best scorer for the entirety of the season. But last game out, we saw the emergence of Jonathan Kuminga back in our lives. So he makes his Hawks debut. He plays 24 minutes. He gets pulled before garbage too. So it was actually Zachary Richeche who played that tail end stint of garbage, not Kuminga. So maybe that's like a bullish sign that they like Kuminga enough over Richeche going forward here to then start him. He's a good positional fit for them. It's almost kind of like a poor man's 1-for-1 replacement for JJ. So I don't know. I think people are going to want to jam Kuminga. I think there's probably in the back of my mind some hesitation that if everybody's going to go to the fragility of Kuminga, as much as I like Kuminga, we have a 1-game sample of this in a really plus matchup where he came off the bench and whatever. They're going to start CJ. It's a revenge game for CJ. CJ can fill it up with the best of them. I like the CJ spot. you also get a very inexperienced, loose ball handling team on the other side with the Wizards, and that is Dyson Daniels' music. They're also so gettable at the rim. That's Dyson Daniels' music as well. So if everybody's going to flock to jamming Kuminga because he's like 2 projection points higher or something, I would be the guy that's trying to play 2 of these in my lineups, or I'd be the guy who's trying to play some Dyson, some CJ, or even get some Na in my life because, if Na didn't have the Q tag right here, he's probably going, I don't know, what do you think, 28 right now, Nez?
Yeah, he's getting drafted now like every time, is. That Q tag is definitely worrisome for me in terms of like my confidence in him playing. If he does play, I don't have any worries, but my confidence interval of him playing is down because he's an Iron Man. He's played like every single game. He rarely has a Q tag, so this is like interesting to me. But yeah, the push-pull dynamics of removing Jalen Johnson from the Hawks like can't really be overstated. It's massive. It's huge. It's kind of a bummer that we have Jonathan Kuminga on this team right now because it would make it a lot easier and a lot cleaner. That said, like just to talk about it, like Onyeka was already like really high. I think now I like him at ADP. I don't like him a ton more, but I do like him more projection wise with Jalen out. Obviously, I think there's some more rebounding opportunities there and maybe some more minutes as well. But the ADP was already pretty bullish or pretty high, pretty aggressive. I like him still. I love Dyson Daniels. Like you just said, dude, like Dyson Daniels to me is like the play here for the Hawks. No rim protection like at all for the Wizards. Keyshawn George out as well. Like there's just not a lot going on here for the Wizards, man. We love Dyson when we remove Jalen Johnson from the equation here. If you get Na out as well and Nikhil, yeah, dude, like it's wheels up for everybody on this Hawks team. I'm trying to get a lot of everybody, but I have like Dyson ranked like top 20, maybe like 15. Like I just want all the Dyson Daniels in the world.
Cool. Yeah, I like it. I mean, it was a pretty good spot last time out. Here, Pete, if you fire mine up onto the screen right there, we actually just saw this matchup.
Yep.
So like
with this exact same scenario, obviously, without the starting lineups.
Yeah. So Jalen Johnson cooks for the first couple minutes here, then he gets injured, then he's out. You take those minutes out. Zachary Richeche also has a Q tag in this spot for what it's worth. And there's 28 minutes of Zachary Richeche at the bottom there. Maybe I'll give it one more zoom here for the people. There's like 28 minutes down there. Dyson was cooking, man, like 35 fantasy points, but the usage is so low because the other guys who are coming off the bench are trying to fill it up in a big way. Like a guy like Keaton Wallace in a short garbage time stint, like he's going to get his, like these kind of archetypes off the bench here. Like Corey Kispert, revenge game, likes to jack it up too. Like Kuminga's going to command usage. So there's a bunch of viable pieces here, and you just kind of have to, I mean, I'd be max 3 in my lineups. Probably that's even a bit aggressive. But like it's such a good spot for the Hawks to just run it back with what they did last game, that like just taking 2 of them and being like it's somewhat competitive feels really good.
Yeah.
The only other thing I'll add there, when you were talking, John, about people maybe going to jam Kuminga, it didn't seem like he had that aggressive a projection from what I saw. So that would have to be, I think, IK being it, at least if people are fading the projection.
Yeah, I think it's a really, really tough minutes projection because he was injured in parentheses for like a long time, but then he comes back and he plays 24. But then, as I noted, he doesn't close for those last 5. Like if it stayed closer, maybe he stays on and close that. Like it's pretty bullish to me that he just goes, he basically was on pace to go 30 first game out of the gate. But it is like an IKB spot for sure, because if you roll with what they've been doing prior to this, he probably wouldn't start today.
Okay.
Yeah. And the injured air quotes are just because he played for Steve Kerr, who hates him, hates Jonathan Kuminga with all his heart. No idea why. So it's really very funny to watch Kuminga ball the hell out his first game away from the clutches of Steve Kerr.
There you go.
Hawks are a big spot here. Max 3, but like you really can't say max 3 about a lot of teams on this slate, on any slate,
right.
Period. Like you can get to 3 Hawks, and it's like it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Do you guys kind of want to do our team by team? Kind of how low would you go? And we can kind of talk through those dynamics from a team level.
Yeah, I think that's a good exercise today.
Sweet. Yeah, John, give me a game or a team to start with here.
First game on the docket is Heat versus Sixers. Versus Sixers. Yeah.
All right, 7 p.m. game here. I'm seeing what Philly minus 2.5 here. Let's start with Philly just because they got the guys up top. Maxey 3.2, Embiid 5, and then a big gap to VJ and Kelly Oubre. So I guess the first question: anything other than the big 2 for you guys on Philly?
I'm not really getting to Edgecombe, but I think Edgecombe is like low-owned scroll territory right now because everybody is just thinking about the guys behind him that they're pulling up. Like Edgecombe's getting lost in the shuffle for sure. Mm-hmm. And, I don't really love Edgecombe in a vacuum, let alone here, but like he just pops off for these random 50-point games, and it's just like incredibly frustrating. And why he's fun here is because this is a very high total, a fast-paced game. He would be like single-digit ownership in the contest if you did play him. So as far as leverage goes, I think that makes Edgecombe interesting.
Yeah, good shouts, Nez. Second highest total on the slate here with that 238.5, and Heat are the fastest team on the slate. So, just getting hung up into the top 2 only is probably like, cutting off a part of the decision tree that you don't need to. So I think VJ and Kelly are fine in the last round. There are going to be sexier pieces that people get to. Just one macro point that we made last time out is like people have this mental thing where it's like Maxey's better without Embiid. Everything shows us statistically that Maxey's been better with Embiid all season long than without Embiid, despite the usage like trending better. And that's sort of true for VJ too. So it was kind of a rising tide lifts all ships last game out. And that was kind of like, oh, we're fucking back with this team. So yeah.
Yeah, good point.
As far as the other side of the ball there, Miami, you got Bam up top and then another massive gap to the other Flyers. Thoughts on this Heat squad?
Kind of interesting, but just really deep and not really gettable. The one thing that makes this interesting is like Norm Powell could miss. I think that was a late Q tag. I don't know if that was listed. I'm pretty sure that was like a downgrade.
Yes, it was a down. It was a midday downgrade. Let me find what the right groin soreness. And then the most recent unabated update was they took him from 45% back to 50% because he went through shoot around and got treatment. And then he says, see how I feel a bit later. So Norm is kind of renowned for these weird Q tag situations and then playing through. And when Norm's in there, it kind of just muddies everything up now that this team is like full. It's nice to see the Hero minutes trend back up. I actually low-key like if Hero plays off the bench and plays like 28 off the bench. If we could get up to 28 for Hero off the bench, like where he's not cannibalizing any handling and he is like kind of in like a Peyton Pritchard style role as like 6th man, that could be a lot of fun. But I think Hero's as far as I would go on this team. And
yeah, I need Norm to miss to get Hero. It is funny because like Norm is like renowned for telling everybody if he's going to play or not. Like that's like his like big move. It's like Norm said he'll play. Like, he's like the only player that will do that. So that'll be something to monitor. But a deep team. I'm not overly interested at the moment.
Yeah, I think Wiggins lacks ceiling in our game, but like because he's going to kind of just have like tough defensive assignments and that stuff. But it's nice to have seen like a little bit of ceiling from Wiggins in recent memory.
Yeah.
Nez, I know one thing. I think last time we did one of the Dog Bowl shows on here, you were pretty aggressive with some of the Q tag placeholders, or maybe it was even a D tag just to have that optionality. Is that what kind of night it's looking like tonight, or are you playing it more straight?
I was doing that before all the injury news broke. I have, I think like 70% of Pascal Siakam in like the 5th or 6th round, just like waiting to see what happens. So that way I could swap. I'm not doing it as much now that we have clarity. I don't think it's as good of a play because the swap options are like much worse than they were before these injury reports came out. But I was doing that early, big time. Like you still can do the Siakam thing, but I don't think it's as good of a play anymore.
Gotcha.
One last thing on this game is we're pacing for maybe not overlay, but we're pacing to be open until lock with the contest here. And this is the first game on the slate. So you're going to get news for it. If I'm in those lobbies right at lock like this, I would be pushing the button of Hero or Wiggins or even Jaime Jaquez Jr. in my last drafts of the night for the leverage if we get Norm out and if we get Davion Mitchell out. Because that's a lot of first unit handling. And we didn't mention Davion's name, and he doesn't come into play for us usually. But man, does he really dominate the ball in the first unit. If he's out and Hero's starting, man, Hero's a smash in the 6th round with like your last 3 drafts if you get Hero at 5%.
Yeah. Davion missing. We love when Davion misses. So that'd be great.
All right. What's our next game, John? Hornets. Pacers?
Next game, Pacers and Hornets here. Hornets are 13-point favorites on the road, a 230 total.
Yeah, let's start with the Charlotte side because there's some fun stuff there. LaMelo's ADP up to 13.2. You got Brandon Miller in the middle there. Con Knippel, Bill Simmons' favorite player at 31.6. Do you go past Con here at all?
No, not for me. Con's a tough click for me as well too because Kobe White's in the rotation now. This is another deep team facing a team that is tanking. So I find everybody here pretty fragile, like max 1 Charlotte Hornet for me. LaMelo, very popular pick to take when you are the 101. So I'm trying to get off that when I have Luka. I've done it, obviously. He's like by projection the best pick at that 2-3 turn, but it's almost as though there's like paralysis there, like in terms of like not being able to get off that. So I think it's going to be very, very popular to pair LaMelo with Luka. And if LaMelo only puts up 30, you're going to be wishing that you had something else. So, just putting that out there. I think everybody on the Hornets is fragile. Just as an overarching point, Con is the deepest I would go.
Yeah, I mean, Con, Bridges, and Diabates are all going to project basically for the exact same number. So if you just want to flip the ownership, be my guest. Like, I think Bridges is fine in the last round. I think it's a smash spot for 5s. And if Diabates somehow plays 28 minutes to 30 minutes like he did last time, it's a smash spot. I'd be going a little bit deeper in this team than Nez is suggesting. And I'd actually probably soft fade that like Miller and Con tier in favor of the ownership leverage of like a Bridges or something. But I think it's really fragile because you need like a competitive game environment. And, Melo's the rates guy that could do enough in 28 minutes, but I don't really see a path to like greater than 28 here unless, the Pacers hold up their side of the bargain, which looks highly unlikely. Nembhard being in would be bad for the on-ball matchup, but would be good for the spread. So it's weird.
Yeah, things are pretty dire on the Pacers side. You got Walker at 28.7. You mentioned the D tag for Siakam and then the Nembhard Q tag and then no one else who has even been clicked on today. Is this Walker or bust?
Yeah, I like Jarris Walker. But yeah, it's Walker or bust, man. There's nobody else that I can even entertain other than, the Siakam swap leverage.
Yeah, I think I tend to agree, but like I think Walker's a bad ADP today. I wouldn't play Walker today.
At 100% drafted.
Yeah, 100% drafted with the scrollability. Like he's just they're going up against the second best rebounding team since Christmas or whatever. Like it's like them and the Rockets. Like Jarris is just like a stat stuffer when he stays out and runs long. And man, they got bodies today, and they just it's a lot of box score watching for like a lot of mean projection for. I'm fine with Jarris. He's probably going to score you 36 fantasy points. I think he's probably one of the easier fades in given the matchup, though.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Yeah.
Do you guys have is there anything you do now that we have this dynamic of some of these tanking teams that only have maybe one viable, usage guy for our purposes. Are you more inclined to use them as one-offs, or maybe like play them opposite their opponent or a piece, just being like, hey, if this guy's able to keep things competitive, then maybe the spread is a little closer than what it's expected to be? Anything like that?
I'll take them either way, but I think they're better paired with an opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's really case by case dependent. Like if you told me Memphis, I'd say no. If you told me Pacers, I'd say yes. Like, like it's at least the Pacers have shown like the inclination to let some of these guys run long if it stays competitive, even though they're tanking, whereas other teams will just pull the ripcord as is. Washington's an interesting one today. Is there anyone you would play on Washington? I mean, we'll get there, but if there's anyone you'd play on Washington opposite Atlanta, because we clearly love Atlanta today, I don't know.
I believe that's probably our next game, right?
Yeah, actually, I think it is.
It certainly could be.
One more macro note here. Windhurst up. Obi Toppin's questionable for the first time in forever. And that would directly impact Jarris Walker's minutes, and he's not even in the player pool, so people won't even see it. He's missed a long time, and it was a stress fracture in his foot. But like, if he comes in and plays 8 minutes, like literally 8 minutes of that second stint, RIP Jarris Walker, because he's a medium rates guy, and it's all a minutes play with him.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't think Obi Toppin would play more than like 18 minutes if he's in. Just
right, but but my point is, if he takes 8 minutes from Jarris,
I think he would take more from like Jay Huff.
Okay, sure.
Jarris is like their designated tank commander.
Oh yeah, down the stretch for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, let's talk about this Atlanta and Washington game. I guess we kind of did cover Atlanta, but any other thoughts here as far as them without Jalen Johnson that you want to hit on?
No, just that like these guys all seem like smashes. Max 3, and this could be frustrating because they all seem like great plays. They can't all hit.
Yeah.
Can't all hit. To enunciate there, but they're all super appealing. They're all getting drafted every single time now. So that's the big takeaway here. If you're somebody that's watching and doesn't know how to rank these guys, you gotta get them in the top 36. you gotta get these guys in your drafted territory.
I'm gonna have. We're talking back all the way down to Nah.
Correct.
All of these guys are getting drafted in every single draft?
Every single draft.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nez, who do you think starts tonight? Do you think Mo Gay starts at the 4, or do you think, I don't know, maybe, I don't think they do like a hat tip Corey Kispert, revenge game thing.
No, I don't think so
starts
either.
At the 4?
I wasn't anticipating Mo Gay. I thought it would be like really that top 5. And I thought they would start Kuminga.
Yeah. I'm curious. Do you like Kuminga more if he plays 24 minutes off the bench as the 6th man, or do you like him more if he starts?
I would probably take the starting minutes.
Okay.
If Kuminga is starting, you probably got to like chill out on like McCollum first. Like Dyson's fine, but I think Kuminga probably affects CJ the most.
Yeah. I think CJ's the best play on the slate if Na doesn't play and Kuminga doesn't start.
Yeah. All eyes on CJ in this Na injury for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. How do you think that one's like a game time decision that we're getting?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not. I think it'll be pretty late.
I just looked. Okay, I don't normally look at projections during the show, but like because I like to just do my own thing. Currently, the projections are 34.3, 33.8, 34, 33.3, 29.1. Fucking okay.
Who's got 29? I mean?
Kuminga.
Yeah. And he's being drafted highest, yeah.
You move a minute or a percentage point of usage one way or the other, and it changes the whole thing. So, yeah.
Right. That's what's funny about the Kuminga thing, because he has the second highest ADP, but by the projections is by far the lowest. Like there's those other four are all bunched up together. And then there's a huge gap down to Kuminga. So I do wonder if people are drafting, the majority are drafting off of projections, if Kuminga is the one who might not be, 100% drafted down the home stretch.
Yeah.
I know it's really interesting because like you get the people that are overreacting to Kuminga, and then the people that are, like you said, following projection. I'm doing a little bit of both.
The fact that he's the highest ADP though, and that we already have swap viable things, will naturally make his ownership higher though.
He'll be like 100%.
Yeah.
By the end of the contest.
Okay.
I think Dyson is just underprojected. I don't know why they're choosing today. I'm not trying to like, why are you guys doing this? But like, ETR used to love Dyson Daniels every single slate. It was like we couldn't get away from the Dyson Daniels projection. Now we have the Wizards, no Jalen Johnson, and like we can't project this guy more than Drew Holiday.
It's the usage, man. It was
always the usage, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but at least before, without CJ and without CJ starting, you could tell yourself a story that it was just like him versus Nah. Because like pre-trade deadline, this lineup, even with Nah's in there, it's Onyeka, it's Nah, it's Dyson, and then it's Risache, who commands nothing, and it's Mo Gay. And that's why Dyson would be popping. Now you have to throw in Kuminga, super high usage, and CJ McConnell, super high usage, both ball dominant.
Well, they're not even projecting Kuminga that high. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, but it's the power of the minutes that you're playing. It's like you're taking away like 8% usage.
I think something's got to give based on what you did last week. Like they
right.
Dyson was being projected high with McCollum on the team. Like something's got to give. I think this is the time to like get it right.
Okay.
Let's check out that other side, because you were mentioning that man, you want to talk about bleak for Washington. Is anyone draftable on the Wizards here?
I don't know who, but somebody will probably put up a pretty nice score. Mm-hmm. If I had to guess, it would be between Bilal, Bub, or Justin Champagnie. Don't know who. Have no confidence in guessing that.
Yeah, like Vukovic is the highest rates guy, but he's capped at 20. Can you do enough in a matchup against Onyeka and Jock in 20? Probably not on a 10 gamer. Jameer Watkins just signed his 2-year deal, and they got rid of the 10-day on Williams. So Jameer Watkins is the off the bench, plays a shit ton of minutes and closes guy. I think he could lead the team in minutes tonight. So my hat would be in the ring for Jameer Watkins.
All right. I knew you had something for us here. Something up your sleeve.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm not sure you can get to him, but like if you're playing Atlanta Cooks and you play 2 Atlanta guys in the 4th and the 5th, Watkins is your run it back blowout run, coupled with will play probably second off the bench, maybe third. Will Riley might fit that mold too. But Trey Johnson's going to be capped. Bub and Belil, we just never, ever play, period. But one of them might play 30. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, looking at projections for them, I mean, from Vuk down to Trey Johnson, like a 4-point gap, all of them projected within 25 to 21 points.
Yeah, that's why this time of the year is the best, because ball knowers get home by knowing which guy to click on.
There you go. I'm going to make a note about Jameer Watkins and see how much of a ball knower you are, John.
He will not be drafted in this contest.
Oh, no, he will not be. No, he will not be.
How about this? If you win a Dog Bowl seat tonight with Jameer Watkins, John will sleep out in the hallway of the hotel.
I like it. That's probably a pretty safe bet.
All right. What do you guys want to head over to Spurs Nets?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Let's talk some San Antonio Spurs. I was listening to Mike on his show this morning. He said there was like some rumblings that some people thought Wemby could maybe be some funny business late in the day. Are you guys feeling okay about Wemby?
Yeah, just because he needs to play for these awards.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he's been playing back-to-backs. It's just like this Brooklyn Nets team is obviously trash. I'm still taking Wemby too, but like there's definitely some fragility in that. Stephon Castle Q tag, I think could be real. You know, they could easily sit him on this second leg of this back-to-back. He not too long ago sat on a back-to-back.
Yeah, he got hurt and then missed the next night before the All-Star break.
Yeah, so if he does miss, I'll throw my hat in the ring for Devin Vassell. What do you think?
Yeah, like Vassell's not like a usage spike guy. He's like a guy who gets buckets, and he's been getting buckets recently. And when you're hot, and you're hitting threes. You know, back-to-back 30 burgers from him. But like, yeah, he's gonna start. He's gonna shoot some threes, and maybe he's gonna get you 35 fantasy points if he makes them. So probably not a play for me, even if Castle misses here. I think they probably still run 10, and everybody's kind of like soft capped on the back-to-back plus with blowout at like 30 tonight. Like everyone last night was 27 to 30. I don't really love this team tonight in general. Harper's probably the most exciting because he could play the most amount of minutes and do kind of like the start for Castle and or be 6 man without Castle, and then run and close blowout if the G Leaguers aren't available. So like that intrigues me in this game environment more so than Vassell does.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nez, are you clicking Castle?
No. I wasn't clicking them early before the Q tag, and not going to do it now. Like John said, they are deep and it is like gross, and yeah, no thank you. But
the one thing about Castle that the ETR guys pointed out yesterday I thought was really astute is they think he's soft capped anyways. So since that All-Star break injury and whatever, they haven't ran him north of 30, and there was a spot where he was like on pace to, but there has been some blowout in the Spurs recent sample, but they think he's soft capped anyways right now. So yeah.
Okay.
Good to know. Yeah. He's off my board. He's been off my board.
Yeah, I think Fox is fine tonight though, right? Like you're taking Fox?
I'm not taking him, but I think he's fine.
Yeah, I think he's fine. I'd say Wemby and Fox, that's it.
On the other side, Brooklyn, you got Michael Porter Jr., 18.3, Claxton, 34.2, and then no other ADPs here. Are you guys messing around with the Nets?
I mean, I have drafted a fair amount of Michael Porter Jr. Don't love it. Very, very worried about, his minutes. Like, it's been really hard to call. Like, right, you got the 20 against Cleveland, 20 against Dallas, and then 34-37 sandwich in between. I don't love the matchup in general, even if he was going to play a lot. I'm not taking him anymore. I'll say that. I was taking him when there was ambiguity and I really didn't know what to do. I don't really have plans on drafting a ton of Michael Porter moving forward.
Yep, agreed with you, Nez. I'd X everyone out of my pool here. Nolan Traore matters, man. Too much usage getting sucked away.
All right.
This team's too deep, too. This team, we like bad basketball teams at times, but I'm counting 12 available and 3 overlapping bigs and 3 overlapping handlers. No, thank you.
What happened to Sharp? I feel like a few weeks ago he was pretty trendy, round 5, round 6 pick.
Yeah, he's he's like Time Lord, but gets extended more frequently than Time Lord does. So when all the other bigs are out, he's like an amazing rates guy. When the other bigs are in, he just goes back to the bench and plays his second and or third string role. It's usually second, but the combination of Sharp, Wolf, Clowney, and Claxton all kind of cannibalize one another.
Thank you, by the way, to everybody hanging out in the chat, if you guys are just stumbling upon this show right now, we are breaking down this final Dog Bowl slate. Of course, many more hoop slates to come on Underdog, but this is the last one to qualify for the live final. So we are talking it through. And then if you guys do want regular hoops breakdowns, these fellas, the Badge Bros channel, pretty much daily for all the big slates. And then, of course, covering the other sports. And then I should mention for us, we got to figure out what we want to do next week before the Dog Bowl. But then after that, we're going to settle into Tuesdays for off and on the clock. We'll probably do some multi-sport stuff throughout March and April. Obviously, we'll dip our toes in the NFL streets then as well. And then once the NFL draft happens, we'll probably be focusing on all of the variety of side contests. We had a lot of fun last year, dabbling, eliminator, marathon, weekly winners, and who knows, whatever else is in store for us. I heard Numi teasing something new, perhaps there. That got the wind horse going there for me.
He never even told us. Like we still don't know. He teased everybody there. He even teased us.
Well, we just got to get a few IPAs in him next weekend and see what we can coax out.
Oh yeah. As soon as it hits his lips, it's over.
Yeah, he's susceptible. A man who lacks an extra 50 pounds in mass is really susceptible to those 9% hazy IPAs there.
I will say, man, I've been doing my own dry February. Haven't had a drink since January 31st, and I have been thinking about a margarita on the hotel rooftop there before we head off to the Lakers game. So that is that first one is going to hit very nicely. All right, Rockets Magic, is that our next game?
Yes, sir. 215 lowest total on the slate here.
All right, Şengün coming off 71 points. Was that last night? 71?
Yeah, last night triple dub with 5 stocks. Taking it to the Kings there without Amin Thompson. Unbelievably generationally bad call by me for taking JB over Şengün yesterday.
During Ramadan, John.
Yeah. I forgot my high holidays narrative, man. I don't know what I was thinking.
It's all right. It's a short daytime, so JB should be fine for these games. But yeah, not necessarily like a good spot. These are two teams that like Orlando's been easier to get fantasy points on in recent memory. However, in general, these are two teams that you really don't like to meet. It sort of gives you why we have the lowest total here on the slate. Furthest I would go, Amen. I don't think you need to guess if Jabari Smith is going to have another career night or not against the Magic here. This is another team that isn't necessarily deep, but they always provide us with draftable pieces here, like 4 or 5. Too many guys are now relevant for me to get to Jabari Smith today.
Yeah, a little bit disappointed that we didn't get the Amen Q tag linger longer or to get him ruled out, because I think a lot of people were going to flock to Reed Shepherd based on the box score and what happened last night. And I think the projection would have given him a nice boost, and it would have been amazing leverage to pivot to the Atlanta stuff while other people pivoted to the Reed Shepherd stuff. So I was my heart went out to you, Nez, that didn't happen for you, because I thought that would have been pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. Tari was weird last night. He had 4 fouls, and then they just pulled the ripcord and played 21. So now he's going to play on the back-to-back. It's just not a good spot for any of them. It's really low total. It's bad pace. It's good on-ball defenders, especially if Suggs goes on the other side. I really want very little of this. Even Durant's old legs in the second night of a back-to-back, even though he didn't do much on the front-end night, I don't really want to play Durant. I would kind of be soft fading these guys. There's definitely tier breaks, but I would use KD as a tier break. I would use Amen as a tier break, and I wouldn't have a ton of this game, to be honest.
Yeah, Durant, shockingly, pretty favorable PRA of 35.5. Not normally what you would expect for Durant against the Magic here. He typically sits at 34.5, 33.5. So to get 35.5 with Amen Thompson back against the Magic, I was like, what the hell is that about? Why? Because that's the next closest behind him is 30.5, or LaMelo's 31.5. After that, it's 30.5. So it's just, it's weird. It's weird.
Do you guys like the price on Amen at 18? I mean, I think it's a little bit.
I mean,
Do you guys like the price on Amen at 18? All right. Rockets Magic. Is that our next game? All right. Shengün coming off 71 points. Was that last night? 71?
Yeah, last night triple
It's fine.
Fine. Yeah, it's like
He does. He's like you need stocks for him. Yeah, he hasn't really broken a slate with a full Rockets team in forever. I mean, I would take Dyson straight up.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. Like, even if Dyson doesn't play garbage and that game goes to garbage time, there's probably still like 12 less possessions in this game for Almond to like get stock opportunities. And there's like good basketball players with good handling on the other side. Like, no, thank you.
Yeah, I haven't fact checked this. I would venture to guess that the Magic don't turn the ball over a ton because it's just so much ISO.
Okay. Yeah.
Like it's just Paulo doing his fucking thing.
Yeah.
Well, as we flip over to Orlando, expand on that disdain for even mentioning Mr. Banchero's name, Nez.
I mean, I just saw a tweet today that was like he's like by the numbers like the most inconsistent basketball player in the NBA, like in terms of like the differential of how bad his like range of outcomes are. And you see it here, like 53, 34, 60, 48, 24, like he's either like he looks like the best ISO player like in the league, or it's just like, wow, how do you even like put this guy on the court? You know, he's just an absolute suck of all offensive efficiency. I don't like him here. I don't like him against Houston. Like he cooked the Lakers because I think he had some pretty like favorable matchups against the Lakers, and also just shot the lights out. I think he just ran pretty hot. I don't really like him here, man. I think the ADP is way too high. I like Zion more than I like Paulo, just to give you a name that goes behind him. Not a huge fan of Paulo, but the minutes are absolutely there.
I'm doing your turnover research here, so give me a second.
Yeah, in terms of other Magic players, man, like Bane, I think goes way too high. He's just like on a bit of a heater. Suggs, Q-Tag, he's missed quite a few games. He's got a back injury, I believe. Yeah, so Suggs is so injury prone, man. If he does play, I don't know how much he's going to play, but we don't really like it for the Magic if he does. Yeah, it's TLDR, like it's just Paula for me. Like I would have to take Bane in like the 6th round, I think, to get most of my Bane.
Okay. John, you have some turnover nuggets for us?
Not yet. I'm still cooking a little bit.
We can go to the next team. Probably.
John's doing a password reset on his Claude application.
Like dead ass. I mean, power to you, Pete, for thinking I'm sharp enough to use Claude. This is old school. Like you would have been appalled how I did the giveaway for the.
I was listening to some of that because I was curious to see who won the +1, and having worked closely with you on a big project, let's just say I was not shocked about how that transpired.
You got it done. He always gets it done.
I just imagine you just with, I don't know, just a back of the notebook, just tallying all this stuff with your pencil, having to go sharpen it, and coming back. You have to like drive to the store to get some more notebook paper to finish this project.
Got it done though. A lot of names on that wheel.
Way too accurate.
Thank you for confirming this for me, V-Smurf, that John doesn't use a lot. Okay. Anything else on Orlando? It sounds like pretty bearish on this overall game.
Yeah. I like everybody on Atlanta more than Bane, I think.
Okay. All right. Well, that definitely says a lot. Portland, Chicago.
Yeah, let's go there.
We mentioned the Klingon stuff. We had Ryan in the chat licking his wounds with 33% Klingon here. Drew Holiday, we talked about him, and Jeremy Grant both getting some pretty aggressive projections. And then Scoot. Would you guys get down to Scoot as well?
What were the minutes on his last game there, if you don't mind?
Yeah, we want Scoot
29.
All right.
Yeah, we want Scoot tonight. We wanted Scoot when Klingon was in. We want Scoot after this. If everyone's going to jam the Jeremy Grant projection, like Jeremy Grant's a good basketball player. He's well-rounded. His minute ceiling is higher. You want to play Scoot. You want to play a guy who's not afraid to get his shots up. Scoot is mispriced Shaden Sharp right now in the same, the same vein as when we're missing Denny, we're missing, Shaden or Scoot, like that kind of vibe. I like right tail outcomes for Scoot tonight.
Yeah, he's a fun player, man. Yeah, minutes are ramping up. I like the comparison. Him and Shaden Sharp really are so similar in styles. So yeah, and we kind of had the Robert Williams, aka Time Lord, conversation in terms of Klingon, where if Klingon misses, I think Time Lord is very swappable. But yeah, good call on the Scoot scroll. I don't have enough Scoot for sure, so I'll fix that.
I think
John, is your thesis that his likelihood of being the highest scorer out of Drew and Grant is a lot higher than the ownership gap would indicate?
Yeah, it would be, you need the set of circumstance to break correctly. Like Time Lord being in there as a usage guy with the first unit wouldn't be the most amazing thing in the world for Scoot. But like, yes, that basically the thesis is he gets hot early and he just keeps cooking and Drew just feeds him, opposed to Grant hitting a couple threes and winning on the glass. If Klingon's out, it's actually good for the rebounding equity of Grant. But yeah, man, I like Scoot. I like Scoot in the same vein that I like CJ McConnell. I almost put the TJ and CJ together. CJ McCollum.
Gotcha. Nez, any other thoughts on the Blazers?
No, good shouts on Scoot. I like Drew Holiday. I don't know that I like him like paired with Luka at the 2-3 turn, maybe sometimes, because I mean it's unique. But yeah, I do like Drew Holiday. I have like 25% Drew Holiday, but
alrighty.
Ball knowers.
Chicago, Giddey, Buzelis up here getting drafted, it looks like, in most of the contests, and then a couple mega flyers. Thoughts on the Bulls here?
Just Buzelis as far as the biggest scroll for me. Giddey been on a minutes limit. I don't know like how high he's going to get here, but it feels risky to draft him because it just feels like the ceiling is so limited, right? Like, you're praying Giddey gets 40 fantasy points, and he can do that, but like it's not ceiling Giddey unless they come out and say, "Oh yeah, the minutes restriction is over," which I doubt. They're a tanking team. Giddey is part of their future. Matas though is really interesting. Do you like Matas more if Klingon misses, John?
Yeah, just the way in which he wins. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense to me. Scored 32 last time out, and yeah, the way in which he wins is when he plays downhill and when he gets a couple boards on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think Matas is really, really interesting tonight.
Yeah, 29% usage last time out, played 33 minutes, would have closed and got up to like 36 or 37 had that not gone to garbage. I don't know. Giddey's interesting too. I probably wouldn't play it tonight, but 26% usage in 25 minutes and was on pace to play 30 if they closed. He did not play well last time out. He was dealing with like the Miles Bridges on the other side. Yeah, not the worst spot in the world for Giddey here, but if he's going to be drafted at 100% frequency, he's probably one of like the best fades, if that makes sense. Like the difference between him and DeJounte Murray tonight are like not as stark as the ownership gap would suggest.
All right. There you have it. Chicago, Portland. I think this gets us to Mavs and Kings here. We've mentioned, haven't mentioned a ton from this game. 234 total, Dallas 6.5 point favorite. So you got Najee Marshall, you got Marvin Bagley. You guys doing anything beyond those two or doing those guys at all?
Love both those guys. And then Brandon Williams, I'm mixing in here and there too, sparingly, but I do think that he's a really, really strong play.
This game at the start of the day had like one of the widest range of outcomes of like how it could be played. And we love the variance in that. Now that it's becoming more fortified, I think it's going to be becoming more higher drafted too. But yeah, I love the top 3 here. I would have preferred if Middleton missed, just because he's a usage suck in the first unit. There's one really interesting thing to have a debate about here with Najee and Brandon Williams is Najee went back to being point Najee last time out, and that is so bullish for Najee. If he starts alongside Brandon Williams, it's worse for Najee. So we're not going to definitively know that, but point Najee is like a smash spot here. But if you get like, because you want Najee starting beside Christie, not beside Williams. And if Williams plays off the bench, it's like a little bit different. But yeah, anyways, that's my.
Yeah, I love Najee Marshall tonight, and I love Marvin Bagley. Like, those are my loves. Bagley's still not 100% drafted. Probably won't be because projections, I don't think they like him, but they don't love him. I love him.
Mm-hmm.
I love Marvin Bagley. No Daniel Gafford, so he is like the big. Dwight Powell only played like less than 10 minutes last game. Yeah, it's Marvin Bagley night, and it's revenge. It's a revenge game against the Kings. Let's rock, dude. Let's absolutely rock. This is really fun. Like, this is the one that I'm IKBing big time. I love heavy minutes Marvin Bagley games. I think he can put up 50 tonight. Like, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I like it, dude. This is a second night of the back-to-back 2 for the Kings, and the Kings just got cooked at the 5 so effing hard by Sengun last night too. Yeah, let Bagley go to work.
All right, there you go. Looks like our guy Keith is on it as well with Najee and Brando.
Keith can't miss either, by the way.
Has he been cooking in the pick'ems?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, back-to-back nights, he's won like 200 X's.
Where the fuck are my links, bro?
The best he can do is props on the X machine, which I'll take. I mean, wow. I'm wondering the same thing.
Man, I guess if I don't deserve you at your worst, Keith, I don't get to deserve you at your best. That's heartbreaking. All right, on the Sacramento side, this looks pretty gross. We did see the Russell Westbrook ruled out a little bit ago. We got Maxime here, and then a bunch of 36s. What do you guys make of this situation?
Kind of like it for Neat Clifford quite a bit. With all of these guys out, Neek should play like close to 40. I mean, like, who's playing for the Kings tonight other than they got Devin Carter. He's gonna. So he was listed as was he DNP-CD
last night?
Yeah, it looks like it. Or his underdog box scores messed up because they had 38 minutes for Dwight Powell, and that wasn't true.
Hold on.
For who, Nez? Neek?
Yeah. DNP for Devin Carter and Doug McDermott. So they keep doing their bullshit, man, where it's like when they have the vets there and then like they DNP him and then all of a sudden the next night Devin Carter starts and he plays like 28 minutes or something. So it's hard to project it this way, but I'd anticipate they start him tonight. And that's weird to say from a guy who was a DNP the night before.
Yeah, I am. I'm in favor of Neat Clifford tonight, though. I think he's going to play a shitload of minutes.
Yeah, if I to pencil Neek in, I told you this morning, I put him in for 36 right now, and that was before these other 2 guys were ruled out. Neek feels, he's an okay basketball player. He hasn't fully developed as a scorer. He's a rookie who's fun and exciting that maybe we see some ceiling from, and this would be a decent spot to see it. And yeah, I thought Neek was a great scroll.
Yeah.
All right. There you have it. Let's see. Which game should we head to next? Lakers Suns?
Sorry, I'm still doing my turnovers thing. Yes, Lakers and Suns.
Yeah, are you ready? Are you ready for your turnover presentation?
Well, I was trying not to like sandbag Nez here, but I was now trying to figure some out as to why. So Orlando is actually quite high in terms of turnover rate, which I found surprising, but it's mainly just Paulo and ISO. So yeah. Yeah, it's mainly Paulo just accounts for like 2.8 of them, and then each of the other guys account for like 2 of them. But I think it might just be because they're handling so much in ISO. I don't know, which is kind of like the inverse of what we
Yeah,
would
it was the thesis. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
All
why I'm
right.
trying to solve the problem.
All right, Dev's got to keep working. It sounds like Lakers, Suns, pretty clear big 3 with Luka, LeBron, and Reeves. You guys like those 3 to varying degrees?
This is a weird one for me. The Suns have been playing some really awful basketball games. I'm surprised this isn't the lowest total on the slate. Just because the Suns have just been an absolute black hole for fantasy. Like all in total, their team and the opponents. So Luka 101, that doesn't change, but like LeBron, I do not love. I don't think LeBron has much of a ceiling tonight, personally. Like 40 points, sure, but like I don't see much that tells me LeBron is gonna go off tonight. Reeves, I think bad pick. I try not to draft a lot of Reeves tonight. Reeves, very little ceiling with these 2 guys, especially in this game environment. Got to mention the Ayton revenge game, but I'm not. I'm not drafting Ayton. I don't love this spot for really anybody on the Lakers, to be honest, other than Luka because he's Luka.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I mean, the nice things you can say is like, Dylan Brooks being gone on the other side is like, oh, now it's a little bit softer defensive matchup for the wings. And if Rui misses with the illness that, maybe there's like a little bit of his 5 or 6 extra shots in the first unit that go to somebody. But like, yeah, no, I think it's Luka night and that's kind of it. And the Suns side, I mean, like if you want to throw a dart at like Colin Gillespie in the last round or Mark Dubb, probably the wrong slate to do so would be like my takeaway.
Yeah, the last 2 games, but neither team scored 100 points. Celtics scored 97. They scored 81. They lost to the Blazers 92-77. Yeah, this is just right now, given their current state, it's really, 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 really ugly.
Good shout.
So I'm going to assume then looking at Phoenix side, just full fade for you here.
Like Jalen Green's interesting because he's such a late ADP and he's been ramped up and he's their scorer right now. But it's not something that I'm jumping up and down for. But projections will tell you Jalen Green is draftable, and I don't disagree. But I don't like it. Like this team needs help, and because they're hurt. Let's be clear, they're just really hurt.
Phoenix is 25th in the NBA in possessions per game. Over their last 3, as Nez is alluding to, they're second worst in the NBA with only 98.8. So, yeah, they're squeezing the air out of the ball. They're playing gross, slow basketball and then just trying to hang on for dear life to defend on the other end while they're missing the scoring prowess of Booker and Brooks.
Would this be one of the ones where if you are taking a flyer, like having the Lakers or having a Laker piece would actually make some sense just because their offense hasn't been able to push any team? So if you get signed to life from one of these guys, maybe you get more out of the Lakers.
I think the only person to do that with would be Jalen Green, just because he's like he's a full-fledged flamethrower, call his own number. Let's see how high we can spike the usage. And if he just goes, vintage Jalen Green, where he goes Cam Thomas line of like 42-1 or something like that, that really pushes a real life basketball game. So I think if you were going to play that narrative, it would be Jalen Green plus LeBron, or it'd be Jalen Green plus Luka.
Gotcha. All right. I think we got 2 more to hit on here. Pelicans and the Utah Jazz, who are in their a pretty epic tank off themselves. Although we got Kyle Filipowski up here with an ADP of 19.
Yeah.
Collier getting drafted a little smidge as well at 34. You guys like those 2?
Yeah, this is pretty fun. This is actually a pretty fun one. All the big pieces for the Jazz, excuse me, are missing. So it's like you said, Filipowski, Collier, Bailey, and you can even throw in little Bryce Sensabaugh as like a guy that's going to play a lot.
Yep.
I don't draft Sensabaugh, but I get down to Collier. I'm not drafting Ace Bailey just because he just hasn't really shown a whole lot of a ceiling. But Collier is really interesting because we've seen him play mad minutes in the past. They're missing Laurie. They're missing Keontae George again. I think Collier is a great pick right now. I don't exactly know where to place him because I think that his minutes can vary because they're a little deeper than they were whenever he had to play 48 minutes, aka every single minute. I don't know. Like I think it could very easily get crazy for Collier where it's like, oh yeah, this guy isn't leaving the floor. But his PRA is only 28.5 right now.
Okay. Yeah, I said to Nez this morning, I thought Collier was the best pick on the board, bar none. Like I think Collier could play 40 again. I think he could play 48. The other thing in that is Vince Williams Jr., who was taking away some of those backup handling minutes and was really a suck to his usage rate with that second unit and was cutting in, is done for the year now with a torn ACL. So you get this is as close as we're getting back to the Collier played 48s. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they let Harkless play finally or whatever. They signed Mo Bamba to a 10-day today, but that just impacts the 5 rotation. I would take Collier in Filipowski's spot. I would rather have Collier than Filipowski. Yeah.
All right. There you go. Lean into that variance a bit with these tanking teams. Yeah, 19 definitely seems pricey there.
He's also the 101. I remind everybody he's 101 in terms of fouling per possession, whatever. Like nobody gets 2 quick ones quicker. But we do love bigs against the Pelicans, so
it's worth noting. It is. I just looked at the projection. I mean, ETR has Collier 2 points better than Filipowski. What's driving this massive ADP gap?
Probably just the known factor now, because before earlier in the day, George and Markkanen had Q tags that weren't real.
Gotcha. What about on the other side here for the Pelicans, Nez? I know you mentioned liking Zion a good bit there. You got Sadiq Bey, DeJounte Murray, Queen. Anything beyond Zion?
Not for me. DeJounte Murray's projecting pretty well. It's his second game back, but he played 24 minutes in his first game back. Started. Maybe he ramps up. I would anticipate him ramping up. Obviously, I don't think he's going to stay at 24 minutes for the rest of the season. But, yeah, I don't think that he's going to get extended run here. He could be ultra efficient because the Jazz are the Jazz. But I'm not getting DeJounte. Just got to mention him because he projects well. Bey, I'm kind of like done with Sadiq Bey. He had his nice little Bey sanity run for a minute, but it seems to be over and done with, even with like all the opportunity in the world to continue to cook. But he only cooks when Trey Murphy's healthy, I guess. I don't know. Love Zion though. Love me some Zion. Got a lot of them.
Yeah, can't argue with any of that.
Thoughts here?
Yeah, okay. I mean, DeJounte being back is bad for like the other side. Like as much as I love Collier, like DeJounte and the combination of Herb Jones and DeJounte as like on-ball defenders is like pretty bad for opposition. So yeah, just note that. But I like DeJounte as a scroll tonight. 24, and they staggered the last stint there just to like kind of get him one last rest spell. I mean, 25 off an Achilles is like pretty insane, man. Yeah, I think Derek Queen's dead to us now that they keep going back to this DeAndre Jordan. I mean, DeAndre Jordan had 5 fouls and they were still running with DeAndre Jordan. So, yeah, I think it's probably just Zion as like your main smash click and then DeJounte as a scroll and nobody else. Herb's defense only. Sadiq could knock a couple threes, but the usage rate will be down. If Giddey's 100% drafted, DeJounte Murray should be getting drafted, would just be my take.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right. Final game of the night. We got Timberwolves and the Clippers here. Let's see. Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle, along with Rudy Gobert, getting drafted most of the time. And then the man who punched Johnny Football's a ticket, Jaden McDaniels, coming off of a 60-point game a couple nights ago. And then, Naz Reid always in the mix as well. What do you guys like or dislike with the Wolves?
Yeah, I'm not going to draft Jaden McDaniels today, personally, but I do like Ant. I like Julius Randle. I would scroll just as far as to Rudy Gobert, and I think the Rudy Gobert ADP is not good. As of right now, it's too high, but he doesn't actually go ADP 20, I don't think, right now, because of the dynamics that we talked about. Like, there's a lot of guys that are leapfrogging Rudy Gobert in ADP. Like, he's a good pick, a good player today. Like, I think he can give you, it's hard to predict these Rudy Gobert ceiling games. But he's been playing pretty well. I just don't know that I like him ADP 20.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement. People tend to rush back to the spot that worked most recently. Rudy's fine. I mean, but he played 35 minutes because they were doing the Klingon matchup, and that game was faster with a higher total with better pace. I kind of just say the evergreen thing with the T-Wolves is the nice thing is they try every single night. They're probably only going to run 9 or 10. It's going to be heavily consolidated around the starters. It's kind of like what we say with the Rockets on most nights other than tonight with like the low total on a back-to-back. There's 6 guys that are draftable every single night. And if you get to one of them at low ownership, I won't fault you. And that's what Johnny Footballs did. And it was the stock ceiling. If you want to play the Naz Reid angle and he doesn't have 5 fouls this time out, and closes instead, sure. But it's Ant as like with a bullet, and then I don't really love anybody else. Like, I think the Randall matchup with if Kawhi's out there, I don't know. John Collins has got a Q-Tech on the other side too there. If both Kawhi and John Collins miss, like this could be over at halftime. So there's a lot of moving pieces here. I just think it's Ant, and that's it. Like, I just don't see it.
All right. On that other side, you mentioned Kawhi has that Q tag, but still, a 1-2 turn pick. You got Benny Math getting drafted most of the time, and then a few flyers here. The John Collins stuff, is he in play if he goes, or why doesn't he have an ADP?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other takes? Is it Kawhi, Benny Math, and nothing else?
Yeah, I like Benny Math more than the projection. He's been playing 30-some minutes a game off the rip. A lot of usage. I like Benny Math. And I think Kawhi goes tonight too, like we kind of talked about off top.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, I like the Kawhi spot, and Benny Math is a fine contingent play. He'll be overdrafted relative to his projection if Kawhi does go, so you should probably dock him. But if he's going to be docked and play in the 6th round because other people are pushing stuff up, I think he's totally fine, and he's not that much different than Kuminga, right? Like, even if he's in a 6-man role there.
All right. If I'm sifting through our conversations, it seems like a few things that stood out. Nez was very hype on those Dallas guys. And John, you really liked Scoot and CJ. And it seemed like both of you guys like Collier a good bit. Any other diamonds in the rough you'd like to spotlight before we draft a couple teams?
No, I think we pretty much covered like all of them.
Neek, I'd add Neek to that list.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I think you kind of nailed it in terms of like the scroll stuff that's not necessarily going to fully be scrolls anymore.
Mm-hmm. Nez, how many teams deep are you right now?
55.
55. So you're a little over a third of the way to the goal.
Yeah. I have done maybe 10 or 15 after the Jalen Johnson news broke. And so, yeah, I've got to catch up to this new reality. I was taking him to start. Not a ton. Well, actually, 25%. But he was falling quite a bit because I was like, man, just like, I don't know. If he plays, that's just a ridiculous like pick to have. So I think the swaps are plentiful that like, I can maybe make up for it. Maybe not. I was taking that risk last Dog Bowl day. Let me try to catch a falling Jalen Johnson and, catch lightning in a bottle. But we got time to make up for it.
Yeah, I mean, and weren't you guys kind of talking about too, like once you get past that top 10 on this slate, there's a lot of people that can jump into this mix, and maybe even some of your swaps from early in the day can get up there.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what won last night was, two awful picks early in the day with Q tags that, not to imply that Jalen Johnson was, I didn't mean to frame it that way, but this guy yesterday with, two bad picks of two guys that were quite clearly going to sit and then just swapped into, the guys who got steamed later in the day effectively. So, some of those, if Nez drafted them early enough, he's just going to swap right into CJ. He's going to swap right into Kuminga. He's going to swap right into something that projects better now, Dyson.
Yeah, that's the plan. I'm also drafting a lot of Dyson, so who knows? I'm going to have depending on who I swap, very close to 30% of that player, just on swaps alone, with all the Jalen and all the Siakam I have. So it's going to be aggressive, but I'm hoping there's a standout play that it makes sense to do that.
Sure. Yeah. I think that's also a good macro point for everybody is just knowing that every room right now, how many swaps are there right now? 3 at least.
There were.
Yeah.
Now we have Klingon as a swap potentially,
but not locked in yet. So we have 3 guaranteed swaps right now thus far.
We did, yeah.
Okay. And that's 22% of the contest. We'll give 3% got drafted while we've been talking.
I hopped us in a draft on the clock here at 1-5. Do you guys like Embiid or Kawhi here?
I think I like Embiid.
Yep. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Also, just PSA for people that are non-hoops heads, this locks at 6:41 p.m. Eastern, so you got a little over 3 hours to draft. And let's see here. Let's make this pick. Eggers goes Leonard and Şengün. We're staring at the inconsistent Paolo. We can get Zion. Klingon obviously now has the Q tag.
Let's do the Zion thing. Nez like Zion.
Yeah. Love Zion.
What was I going to say? Are there any specific news windows leading up to lock that you think we might get for any of these relevant Q tags, or do you think most of it's going to come post drafting lock?
Norm and Davion will be the first window, and the confirmation on Joel, because probable tags are not always created equal with him.
Yeah, he's missed the game with the probable tag.
Yeah,
already this year.
And the Spurs will be close because it's the next 30-minute window. So Spurs, we won't have the Hawks starting lineup, but there'll be a 20-minute window. Yeah, and then most of the other stuff we will not have. And Kawhi is the last game on the slate. So Kawhi, if Benny's being 100% drafted here, it's a tough swap if you don't get it until that game time decision.
Where would you guys rank Klingon now? He goes at 12 to the Luka drafter. Would you be trying to pair him a little bit with Luka or push it even more?
Hand up, I thought it was bad to start the day. I'm a never Klingon guy, especially when he's getting drafted this high and when all 3 bigs are available. But that one has so much variance in it with the 3 guys having Q tags that it's probably still fine, but I would be trying to catch it as a fall in the 3rd round.
So here we find ourselves kind of in this no man's land as far as the ADP and projection. The Drew projections jumping out, but this is like whatever you want. What do you guys like here?
Yeah, I think this is double scroll. Like I would do Drew, Collier, and Dyson. Like some combination of those 3.
Yeah, let's take
What do you
Drew.
like? Okay. We'll grab Drew here and then see what we want.
I have like that slappy pushback in my brain to be like, no, like I can't, do what I'm told and listen and take Drew there. But I think Drew is the right selection. And then scroll, like just 4 straight scrolls basically.
Yeah. I mean, even you can see here, I got the solver in, so you can see their projections, and it's like every single one is 33. Like,
dude, that's exactly how it felt last night. I'm like trying to make these ranks for the layup line, and I'm like, and I usually auto draft that. I rip those. I'm like, shit, this sucks because I don't have 40%, 30% level commitments on these guys, or and convictions, I should say.
Yeah.
I like Najee Marshall,
fun
dude.
Stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Najee's a good one.
So, man, so just like kind of re-zooming back out after going through everything and kind of feeling these tier breaks in the room. I mean, I think John kind of said it at the top of the show, but like this is a slate where you could pair, 3 6-rounders or 3 near undrafted guys, and you're not really that far off the wall.
You're not sacrificing anything.
Yeah. Projection wise, you get nothing.
Yeah.
I'm on shoot around watch right now. I'm doing my best Michael Gallagher impersonation here to see what we're dealing with. If Brandon Williams has a starter's jersey on or not.
Dylan had asked Dyson favorite swap. Has Dyson been getting drafted most of the day, or was there a period pre Jalen Johnson where he would have been an available swap?
Pre Jalen Johnson, he was a swap.
Okay. So I'm guessing based on how favorably you guys were talking about Dyson earlier that he would be your favorite Jalen Johnson swap if available.
He's mine. Yeah.
Seems good.
That's even another one, like even looking at his new projection relative to the Jalen Johnson ADP, it's like not that far off.
I know.
No.
I'm very high on him. Like, yeah. It's just kind of hard to like separate like thinking a guy can like win you a dog bowl versus like, projection. And I think that's maybe something that like I acknowledge I'm thinking differently about it than like ETRs whenever they press publish, but also like,
Yep. All right, let's get to some fun stuff. There is Dyson here if we want it.
Dyson's a smash here, man.
Yeah. I take Dyson.
Yeah. Like, I'm taking Dyson like at pick 20, man.
Yeah. So the reason this kind of circles back to my narrative to the start of the show, the reason I was team McConnell and Scoot is because everyone with the tools, everyone with the projections is going to tell you to do the intelligent thing of Holiday plus Dyson, and then you just flip that to be Scoot and CJ, and you're cleaner path to first with the same narrative kind of thing. Anyways, take Neek or something. Scroll to Neek. I don't think Scoot's a good guy to pair with Drew.
Okay. Oh, gotcha. Got me both ball handlers.
Yeah.
Yeah, this seems sick.
Okay. So this one we go Embiid, Zion up top, grab Drew, come back with Najee Marshall, grab Dyson, and then Neek there. Opposite Najee at the back end. And it seems like too, kind of talking through things, it's like a lot of cycling through some of these Dallas guys, a lot of cycling through these Atlanta guys, and just trying to play the combo game with those values.
And I'd throw the Utah guys in there too.
Okay. Yep. Let's do it.
Yeah. And the least sexy 6th rounder of all time that could matter tonight is Bridges.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a tough one, but I get it. Like, they're deep, great matchup. I just
Like,
I've wrote off Miles.
yeah, absolutely. Like there's this interesting dynamic that always occurs in hoops is like we're really fast to rush to shittier basketball players when they project like 2 points higher, and then we'll nah wave the guys that are like 2 points less that are like tried and true like good vets. So I'm having that mental gymnastics right now, and mostly because there's blowout risk baked in both games. But Tyler Hero and Bridges would be that side of the coin. And then the fun, sexy, we're going to play into the narrative stuff is like the Collier, the CJ, the Najee, the Brandon Williams, like that kind of thing. So it's like you could take your medicine in the second round, or you could take your medicine in the sixth round sometimes too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I've never heard a call come from inside the house more than what you just said. Also, by the way, to preface
exactly,
that,
100%. Yeah, like I'm 101. Like, come on the show, and it's like we're fucking going Scoot, baby. We're going CJ. So like, the call is 100% inside this house.
I want to say
this. I'll get through this draft. But I do have to dip like right after this draft. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. We can wrap it up here.
Yeah. No worries. No worries.
We do have like the exact same spot as last time, but we'll see if we can mix up our picks here a little bit.
It'll be a little different.
We got some Membies in here, and we got some guys that have already cashed. Like Aaron came close the other night, was in like third or something, but then we got Lynx has a seat, BBV has a seat. Sergeant Sweeney's been a member of the channel for a long, long time.
Edwards goes. It seems like Kawhi, and then do we want to try to get a funkier combo than Chalk, Şengün, or Paolo?
Honestly, I think you should do your combo mapping with the next four. Like, I think you should do Şengün plus Kawhi
just
here.
Play the best plays at the top and get weird late.
Yeah. I think if you wanted to get funky with like a game swap one, you could just take KD instead of Şengün. Like, I don't think that's a crazy idea. But I do think there is like a pretty tight band of projection in those top 8 now that we've kind of pulled Klingon a little bit back.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
Does Nez and Pete get to share a seat? I think Nez would be very excited to split a seat with me because I would let him make all the picks without too much demand.
I don't know.
I'd be a pretty easy person to draft with.
I would gladly be the bug in Pete's here, but I couldn't just swipe 50% equity from him because I was on a stream with him. I could be his quant, a la Liam and Utica.
I completely forgot about that. Oh my god, I completely forgot about that.
People don't forget.
That was pre me doing a full fall's worth of shows with Yuta, which makes that even funnier having now done that.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
That is an elite callback.
Thank you.
Wow,
can't wait for best ball season, man.
Completely forgot about. Yeah, speaking of that, I am capitulating to big best ball. I'm gonna fire up best ball breakfast on Monday. We'll be post combine. I think the top of the show is going to be literally crowdsourcing opinions on rookies. So if you're a rookie ball knower and you want to come school me, I'm gonna have some notes open and tell me who these guys are.
Hit up your Swolecast co-host. He's got a whole model.
Yeah, the slap model.
Slap model's legit, man.
There's the slap model. There's the zap model. There's the super model. So many models.
I rock with the slap model.
Okay. We are back on the clock here. This is where we're in this scroll territory, unless you do like Julius Randle a cut above these other guys.
I think he's an interesting play off of Kawhi, but
yeah, I think you're right, Nez. I think that's kind of like a good line in the sand. You played off the Kawhi stuff, and then now I think you just go shopping.
Yep. Now we get crazy.
Let's get a fun. Should we get a Collier share since we haven't done him yet?
Yeah.
Do Collier this time since we did Najee the last time.
Okay.
Yeah, this is gonna be fun.
All right. So if you've taken away one thing from tonight, it's like after this, 14, 15 range, let the fingers fly.
Seriously, man. It's like spin the globe and
Very,
put your
very,
finger on it.
yeah, very, very similar drafting dynamic to yesterday, to be honest. Because like yesterday, you could just throw ADP out the window after the first couple picks, and it was the same thing once Chet got ruled out. Now half the lobbies are drafting off ADP, and the other half the drafters are drafting off ADP, and the other half are taking Jalen Williams at 21 or whatever, right? And yeah, and then you find your pivots off of it after. Like I did a lot of Aaron Wiggins yesterday because nobody was doing Aaron Wiggins. Everyone was playing Kaysen and Joe and Jalen. I think you could play that same thing tonight with if everybody's going to jam Collier and Collier's 100% now. Well, now let's take some Bryce Sensabaugh in the last round and just we know he can play 33 minutes and score in bunches off the bench. Like, yeah.
All right, we're gonna have 2 more picks to land this plane. Kawhi, Sengun, Julius Randle, Collier, and then we need 2 more here.
Yeah, super easy. Jock Landell plus Jameer Watkins mini stack to close this one up. Super obvious one too.
John is fiending right now.
Don't do it.
So of the guys that you were hyping that we haven't selected yet, Bagley, Scoot, and CJ, I believe.
His name. Yeah, I do any combination of those 3. Oh, Zagplant was the Bryce Sensabaugh? Wow.
Of course.
I think he was on Mike's on Bagley too.
There you go.
Oh, come on, Aaron.
You said it out loud, man.
Wow. It's just as a professional streamer, I have to be better.
Did Kuminga go?
CJ and Scoot. Let's go.
Kuminga's still there.
You want to do CJ instead? Okay, let's do CJ. Yeah. He's a deeper scroll.
Yeah, CJ and Scoot, and let the boys cook. This is the no bigs, all fun and sexy handling guys who score.
I like it. Yeah, this is like the barbell strategy of drafting: 3 in the top 17 and 3 after 34. Just remove the middle purgatory of the draft board.
Yes, sir. Hey, let the record state too that Des, was I the guy who played 1% own Kuminga before it was cool? Can you please tell the people that I played 1% own Kuminga before it was cool?
You did.
Now everybody wants to play Kuminga. You guys are slate late, boys. You're slate late.
He just went undrafted in this draft we did, John. So I don't know how badly everyone wants to play Kuminga. All right. Well, let's let Des get out of here. He's got about 100 more of these drafts to get done. And do you guys have any shows on tap for tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll do something. Something. Usual time, we'll do something. We'll see. I haven't looked at the NBA slate. This was kind of we had planned our week up until now, and then we'll take a look at tomorrow. It's a shorter NBA slate. It's 5 games. Who knows? Maybe we do 5 games in a dinger or something like that. Maybe we do members only, but we'll do something.
All right, and then we can we'll plan on firing up off and on the clock on Tuesday next week. We can decide what we want to do for that show, and then obviously we'll have some shows from LA. I'm guessing those will be kind of Sunday heavy, during the drafting brunch and some sweat stuff, but we'll figure out that schedule as well.
Yeah, the other thing that I was kind of not to divulge the sausage or whatever. The other thing I was thinking is Saturday is basically the boat is at 5 onward.
Yeah.
So we might be able to sneak something like mid-afternoon on Saturday, sitting outside, just chopping it up. It would actually, on a personal level, really help me learn the slate the day before,
Yeah.
So,
we can figure that out. What's the best way, but it seemed like people loved having some of the extra streams at the NFL Dog Bowl. So we'll definitely do our best to bring you guys a bunch of content there from the Dog Bowl. All right. Good luck drafting. You guys got, I think, exactly 3 hours. Exactly 3 hours to draft. Tune into the Badge Bros tomorrow. I should also mention I'm going to do After Dark tomorrow. I just booked Megan from Fanspeak Network. Yeah. I did the Jeopardy, Best Ball Jeopardy with her, but I've never done any other show. So excited to talk with her tomorrow night. You can keep an eye out for that. Otherwise, good luck tonight. Punch those tickets, and we will see you next time.